What's up, guys? It's me on. I'm back with another video. And ladies and gentlemen, we've only got one race left until the playoffs. And it's shaping up to be a wild one. So, with that being said, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. Make sure to check out our previous videos I've done, especially the Basketball Jam YouTube series ones. And let's go ahead and let's jump into this. So, Chase Elliott wins the pole. Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell for engine changes. William Byron, Ty Gibbs, Daniel Kvyat, and Kyle Tilley unproved adjustments to the rear. Race start pushed back under lightning hold. Later, the drivers would get going, but NASCAR bringing it back to pit road so they can work on the track. This is, of course, start of caution. Engines refired at 4:50. Race starts just after 5 p.m. Eastern. So here we go. Almirola misses the bus stop on lap 1. Cindric takes out Allmendinger in turn 1 on lap 2, locked up the tires going into the corner. Harrison Burton and Corey LaJoie spin into turn 1, same lap. Justin Haley has to pit with his window net falling down. Kyle Larson, the eventual winner, misses the bus stop in turn on lap 5. Blaney reports that he has no fuel pressure gauge. Chris Buescher pits for slick tires. Other drivers follow thereafter. Reddick misses the bus stop on lap 14, says he hit his brakes and had a bad brake shake. Daniel Kvyat and Kyle Tilley both got speeding penalties, as did Austin Cindric, but Cindric would have to start at the rear for stage 2. Kyle Tilley would end up taking his car to the garage, and Chase Briscoe scores the stage 1 victory. Reddick 2nd, Suarez 3rd, Gilliland 4th, Chastain 5th, Logano 6th, Ty Dillon 7th, McDowell 8th, Kyle Busch 9th, and AJ Allmendinger 10th. And because Ryan Blaney did not get stage points in stage 1, despite the fact that Chase Elliott also didn't get stage points in stage 1, Chase Elliott clinches the regular season title. The way Pockers put it was that Blaney would have had to sweep both stages and win, and Elliott would have had to have DNF'd and not get any stage points to go into Daytona, with Blaney having a chance at getting the regular season title. And that was not going to happen today. So congratulations, Chase Elliott, your regular season champion. He earns 15 extra bonus points towards the playoffs. There you go. Todd Gilliland, who led at the beginning of stage 2, he was in the top 10 late, as I said, late in stage 1, and whatnot. He unfortunately falls off the pace, broken axle. His day is done. Tilley's day is done as well due to steering. Kvyat would pit with power steering issues, then take his car to the garage. Reddick and Mike Rockenfeller spin in the inner loop, the bus stop. Both get going again. Triggs Jr. and Hesmans make small bit of contact on pit road. LaJoie with issues on pit road. He would get a removing equipment penalty and have to start at the rear for stage 3. Kvyat returns, as I said, Gilliland out. And Joey Logano takes the stage 2 victory. Kyle Busch 2nd, McDowell 3rd, Elliott 4th, Ty Dillon 5th. Joey Hand, yes, Joey Hand in a Rick Ware racing car finishes 6th. Buescher 7th, Larson 8th, Custer 9th, and Christopher Bell 10th. And Briscoe shown on pit road with the hood up and issues in the right rear as well. Kyle Busch got a penalty for pitting outside the box. Barely, but he did. Cinder goes wide in turn 1. Joey Hand in a Rick Ware racing car briefly makes it 3 wide. And then Austin Dillon and the debuting Kimi Räikkönen both spin in the bus stop. Caution comes out. Räikkönen hits the tire barrier. Damage on the left side of his car as well. Unfortunately, his day is done in his NASCAR debut. Dillon got spun off contact from Chastain. Kimi went wide and had nowhere to go. Actually got his front tires off the ground and had help from Hesselberg. Somebody mentioned Keselowski gave Dillon the shot, or sorry, gave Chastain the shot that got him into Dillon. And unfortunately, as I said, Raikkonen's day done. But he said afterward, we'll see about him coming back to NASCAR. Maybe he will. Hopefully. Harrison Burton gets a penalty for driving through too many pit boxes. Briscoe spins in the inner loop, as does Chastain. He got chased in there. Ware goes for a spin in the bus stop. Kyle Busch goes for a spin off past turn 1 after going over the curb and hitting the inside wall. Driver's side slash backward. no caution, and he would have to pit for repairs. Joey Haney goes for a spin and backs it into the tire barriers in turn 1. Caution comes out with 12 laps to go, and Bubba Wallace had a rear tire going down prior to the caution. Late in the race, he unfortunately had a few different issues. They thought initially it was losing brake fluid, but when it ended up being potentially a toe link broke, and things of that nature. He also said that his brake pedal was going to the floor. Caution comes out for Loris Hesmans. He spins into the gravel and gets stuck with 8 laps to go. And then the final restart, Kyle Larson outbrakes Chase Elliott into turn 1 and slides him up the track. Larson maintains the lead and Allmendinger gets to second. Elliott would go on to finish 4th. Wallace to the garage late in the race. And Kyle Larson takes the white flag and wins at Watkins Glen. So, because he's a repeat winner, we will now have a maximum of 16 winners going into the playoffs. Depending on what happens at Daytona next week. So therefore, Kurt Busch, who has missed the last several races and will miss Daytona due to the concussion he suffered at Pocono, and I would imagine he's close to coming back, but he's not racing, didn't race this week, and won't race next week because of the fact that there's a chance that he could get in a wreck and have it get amplified. So he'll be at a disadvantage, but he'll be in the playoffs. So he's safe. So that last spot, I mean, it's going to be crazy going into Daytona. Ryan Blaney still in that 16th spot as the first guy in, or as the last guy in, and the only guy in on points. Mark Truex Jr. is the first guy out. And then you have guys like Bubba Wallace, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski, hell, Justin Haley, Corey LaJoie, Ty Dillon, Harrison Burton, Eric Almirola. Basically, everybody who's ran every single race this season who's not in the playoffs has a shot to get in if they can win next week at Daytona, and of course are in the top 30 in points. And that's going to be the interesting part. Who wins Daytona? If you're Ryan Blaney, you won here last year in the regular season finale. We know how good he is at super speedways, and he came up just short of winning the Daytona 500 this year, as did another driver in Bubba Wallace, who we also know is really good at super speedways, and his lone cup win came at Talladega last year. So, I would watch out for both of them. Mark Truex Jr., I'm going to be honest here. He did not show up today at Watkins Glen. Whatever the fuck happened with that car, he just did not show up. And he's going to go into Daytona, in my opinion, in desperation mode. He's never won at a super speedway in the Cup Series. He came oh so close to winning the Daytona 500 a few years ago. We all know what happened. Denny Hamlin took it from him. So, Truex Jr. knows he has to go for broke. He must win, or he will not make the playoffs for the first time. He hasn't won at all this year. And it really begs the question, if he doesn't win this year whatsoever, with the season that he's had, despite the fact that he's in the top 5 in points, what does he decide to do in the offseason? It would be a shocker if Truex Jr. decided to retire. I don't think he will. But there were like rumors back this past offseason that he might do that. So, who the fuck knows? Especially with the Kyle Busch situation. So, again, watch for guys like Wallace, Blaney, Truex, McDowell, because if he finds his way to the front at a super speedway, we know he can win. We know he can finish up near the front. So there's him. LaJoie had a shot last year in the Daytona regular season finale. Stenhouse Jr. has won at Daytona before. Austin Dillon's won at Daytona before. Justin Haley's won at Daytona before. Daytona next week is going to be... It's going to be the ultimate chaos race. Not just because it's a super speedway, but because everybody's gunning for that last spot. One spot left that hasn't been locked up by a winning driver. We will hit 16 winners this year. Potentially, if it happens. And as you can see right now with the playoff standings as they are, Blaney is up 25 points on Truex Jr. So, for Truex Jr. to get in, assuming somebody was a repeat winner next week, what that means is he's going to have to finish, he's going to have to do better in terms of stage points, both stages, and he's going to have to finish a significant number of spots ahead of Blaney if he doesn't win. But either way, next week's going to be wild. Saturday night, I cannot fucking wait. So with all that being said, oh, by the way, one other thing. Larson, you gave me what? I think my 4th correct prediction this year? Thank you. Thank you. So, with all that being said, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. And make sure to use code ANJJ for $5 off on orders of $30 more at Circuit Diecast. Pardon the darkness, I need to turn the light on. And make sure to use the link down below to see what vendors random fantasy picks if you have Twitter. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.